Greetings, Masandawana. We are back. By we, I mean Thabiso, as well as the prodigal son. Unyana lo lwahleko kapa ba ebe ya jwang epondweni kwama no, he's finally back. For how long we don't know, because yeah, he decides when to pitch and not to pitch. Rabs, welcome back.
Yeah, no, thanks, Aizo. It's great to be back. Ke nako ke sa shoot-e. Mana ebile equipment ya ka ke sebedisang for shoot e tletse dust, so it shows ke nako ke sa Spanish, but it's great to be back.
Yeah, no, it's good to have you back. Yeah, you are a special guest today because you're no longer a resident clearly more. So you're a special guest, and hopefully you'll be here with us for until we go to the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, no, hopefully, but it's CAF Champions League, so you have to unleash the big guns. So I have to be here. I have to be here. CAF Champions League, so I have to be here.
No, yeah. Let's get the ball rolling, Rabs. It's the CAF Champions League second preliminary round, first leg, and Masanda wanna no, we don't host. King Passe from Seychelles host us at Loftus Versfeld on Sunday at 1600 hours. Your thoughts, Raps, on both legs playing in South Africa at our home ground?
I think it obviously will give us an advantage because of we are more familiar with the environment, and I think when it comes to the attendance, I think the Masandawana will obviously be there, so they will feel like they're the team that is playing away as much as it is their a home game.
Yeah, no, I honestly don't know the reasons behind this, but I'd like to assume of the fact that the Seychelles league might not be up to standard in terms of the pitch it's on, so hence they opted to come and play here in South Africa. I'm not even sure. We're recording quite late today. We're recording at 7 p.m. and I haven't seen anything about them arriving. So I'm not even sure. Yeah.
And the other shocking part, these guys, they lost against King. They play like it Volcan.
Yeah.
I don't know. They lost, but they lost in the first leg, but they didn't play the second leg. So I'm asking myself, how did they progress to this stage?
I think Volcano didn't pitch for the second leg, so it was a walkover. Hence they advanced to this the second preliminary round. Wow. But yeah, man, we honestly don't know much about these guys. We tried searching on the internet and finding any intel on them proved to be a mission and a half. So we picked here and there. I mean, from what I found, they have a small squad, a squad of 23. In that squad of 23, they have 2 foreigners. They have 4 players who play in the Seychelles national team. They have a 42-year-old goalkeeper. I'm not sure if he's the one that will be playing. As well as a 45-year-old center back by the name of Rose. So I'm not sure if these guys are registered for the CAF Champions League or what, but yeah. Before we started shooting, one of the journalists, Lorenzo, posted a picture on Twitter of a goalkeeper. I can't remember his name. Yeah, but it seems as if he's their number 1 goalkeeper. And he said the guy is the goalkeeper that will be in goal against Sundowns, and he is a chef by profession. So yeah, no, Never was right. These guys fish in the morning and train in the evening, man. So
that goalkeeper was supposed to be competing level Lona Maseko and Bo Jay something Kamu Kitchening and Libo Gordon Ramsay. I don't understand Modi Palongo Batline. And that goalkeeper, he is the national team goalkeeper. Remember when Bafana played against Seychelles? I think we won 6-0 go FNB. I think he was the goalkeeper in that game. Or he played in Seychelles against Nigeria. But I remember in AFCON qualifiers, we had Seychelles, Nigeria. I can't remember the other country. He was the goalkeeper of Seychelles during those AFCON qualifiers.
Yeah, no. Rams, what do you think happens in camp? I know, man. I think it was on the season review where Clocks interviewed Coach Rulani, and then he was talking about Hori Hauna friendly at Sundowns. They need to win, and they touched on the mind, ne, or you can't trick the mind. Now I come to this game. Our players are professionals, man, A-grade professionals. How how do you think they prepare for such games? What motivates them for such a game?
I think what will motivate them it is our performance that is not totally convincing. I think they will go in these two fixtures wanting to improve. I think they will use it will be a walkover, but for them, I think they will use these two games to prepare for more tougher fixtures.
I don't want to lie to you. It would be difficult for me to turn the mind and say, you know what, I need to push in this game because
Yeah, no. When I was go Kasim, even Lepotong, there's those teams because of you already know that we won't get competition out of this team. So those kind of games when as a player like Wanyahama and you end up doing wrong things inside the pitch because of the type of the opponent still but in situation as Sundowns, I'm expecting a team that will be more professional as Rulani usually said because of at Sundowns we want to win every game and we go to the game with intention of winning regardless of the opponents that we are facing on the day.
dlala le motho a tshetshema pela ga mo ntse o kopa di-cogs game e qeta go qala o batla di-cogs at the end of the game. Yeah, man. In their last game, they played in the President's Cup. They played 1-1 against St. Michel. They came down from 1-0 and equalized. So, yeah, I guess that's a positive result for them. Let's have a talk about Sundowns, Raps. You mentioned the performances seem convincing. Ne? Looking at how we've started the season, do you see potential Champions League winners when you look at Sundowns?
I think it will be tough to win it this season. One, because of you can't gauge the gap in terms of performance between the top 8 teams in Africa current. If the Egyptian league has started le yako Tunisia, like Algeria, it was going to be easy for us to gauge in terms of how far are we in terms of closing the gap because of we know that the North African teams titona te dominate go CAF Champions League and in the top 8 they're always there. So right now it is difficult to gauge how far are we in terms of us trying to win the CAF Champions League. But so far, man, I'm based on the performance so far, it will be tough unless we fluke our way to the final like that team from Naturena. It will be tough. It will be very, very tough. But I think we just need the right attitude. I think, yeah, I think we need the right attitude and luck on our side. I think if you can try have those two, I think you stand a chance of going more whole CAF Champions League.
You know, I looked at this situation and compared to the last two seasons, and I thought maybe I'm not trying to make an excuse for how we're playing. I'm not enjoying how we're playing, Glenn, to be honest. But I looked at this, maybe us not being as fluid as I'd want us to be, as not too pleasing on the eye as I'd like us to be. Maybe that takes away the expectation from Ronaldo supporter, because we want this thing so bad. And
Yeah,
then once it takes away expectation, like we're thinking, we won't win it this season, it relieves the pressure of the technical team needed players, because I think there's way too much pressure on that technical team needed players to win this Champions League, more so how we've spent over the years. So I think maybe like you say, maybe we might fluke it, maybe because if you remember the last two seasons, was it last season where or the season before last, we were playing yeah, I wanted to use a certain four-letter word, but yeah, when we were playing beautiful football, and yeah,
I, obviously, go PSL. We have to give credit to other teams. Then I think the more PSL gets tougher, I think it is the more Sundowns in the CAF Champions League because of in the past season, like if we have to be honest, we only get tough games called Champions League. So I think if the PSL Lona ever tough this season and we have to grind for the results, it will obviously help us in the CAF Champions League. Unlike when we just walk over the league, game week 23, we already know where the league goes. I think if it gets tough, I think it will help us in our journey more CAF Champions League game.
that's a really good point, man. Uh, because we're not fluid, Rapelang, because we are still trying to adapt to how we the formation, the setup, and everything at this season. Do you now, as do you think the coaches will think, you know what, because we are still trying to adapt and we had a 2 week FIFA break, let's field our best 11 and try and and give them more game time on the field together to gel? Or do you think they will think, let's give the fringe players, because we've got a lot of players, fringe players, a chance in this match? What do they do?
I think because of, like you've said, this season we are not up there in terms of the performance. So now I would play the regular players. Like I'd want them to get more minutes and use this game as a preparation because of the more they play together, I think the more the team will improve and the more we are likely to know our solid starting 11. So I will go with regular guys. And these are kind of fixtures still of an game. Most of the players will get on the score sheet. And I think it will be a confident booster for everyone who gets in the score sheet. I think we might see aggregating a hollow blind. So I think the more goals we score, I think the guys, their confidence will go up high, and it will obviously help us in our next games.
I hear you, and that's a very good point. And I think it will be a bit of both, a bit of fringe and a bit of a regular for this one. And then for the second leg, excuse me, next week, Friday, Itlaba our main lineup, so that Banelli game time going into the next league fixtures as well as the second leg semi-final yeah MTN 8 doable. Yeah, speaking of the starting lineup, I will give mine. I'll go first. I'll bring back Dennis for this one. He hasn't played. He doesn't have any minutes for this season, so I'll start Dennis. I will rest Morena. And I will rest Mudau. And okay, I'll talk about this at the end. Mudau and play Morena as well as Grant, and then Buatoli, AB as the left center back, and then Mudiba as the left back, and then I'll bring back, I'll rest Jali, and then in his position, I'll bring back my favorite Sundowns player, Rivaldo Coetzee, and then have Blaise Limbule on either side, and then Alande, Nasir, and Serino as my front three. Winner?
Ko center back o itse o tlo dlala ka mang?
Ke dlala ka Grant le AB.
I think I would start Roshin. I would start Roshin and like I'll keep.
Team, how we disrespect these guys so much so that you don't even have a goalkeeper.
Obviously, I'll give Masinde his chance, and I would have Tapelo as well. I think Lena, he needs to get the minutes. I'll play Rouge and Grant and keep Mudiba. My middle field three, ndawong ya Rivaldo for wena. Now I'll start Tobin Vala with Mbule le Blesser. Then up front, Shalulile, Temba, and Serene.
I know, says Shalulile Selizo tla dlala until ba shwelle ka groundong. Hey.
Yeah.
Score prediction.
First leg, I think we'll win. I think 4-0.
4-0. Tloko ra more than 10 goals in this game. I'm going for 13-0. I'm not even joking. 13-0. That's what I'm going for.
She kind of goalkeeper, yeah. I'm at 13.
I'm going for 13-0.
On aggregate, I think it is possible, but on the first leg,
I'm going for 13-0. Do you want to bet?
Yeah.
Okay, how much is the bet?
2 clip.
2 clip. So I win 2 clip if it's 13 or closer to 13, and then you win if it's
closer. Hey, I just my man 13 or nothing.
Yeah, guys. Before we end this, something didn't sit well with me. Go Stadium. Apart from the fact that we disrespected Pirates and stood on their stand, the people who did something that we don't do at Sundowns Arale Stadium. After those 2 great chances that Mudau had, there were, I'm actually going to call them idiots who started doing the substitution side. I do not know what you're trying to achieve doing that stadium to a player. You there as a supporter. So I get able to get into a fourth official or substitute them. I don't know what do you think that does to a player, how it's a substitute, because it kills his confidence. Yes, Kuliso had 2 great chances that he fluffed, but there are a lot of recoveries that he made in that game that saved us. So I don't know. Like, let's kind of, if you don't, you I know it's your money and everything, but that doesn't give you a right to abuse the player at Arona Stadium. If we go to the stadium, let's go and support Majita and not turn against them. So if you go to stadium with a mindset, rather stay at home, man. And I appreciate the fact that I wasn't the only one who called out those few idiots. A lot of Sundowns supporters as well did. Or no, we don't do this here. Yeah. Please don't forget to subscribe, guys. We're still under 400 under 500 subscribers. How, I do not know. But yeah, please tell everyone you know about the Yellow Corner. Continue to subscribe, like, and comment. Yeah, guys, comment with your prediction. Now I'm saying that then Rapelang is saying 4. Anything you want to add before we leave, Raps?
Yeah, no, I'd like to add on that case, yeah, the supporter making that the substitution sign or booing that way. I think in this kind of games, our supporters going to the game very emotional. They want to win because of we are playing against Orlando Pirates, so they're desperate to win. But what they are doing, I think it is not okay. And as a player, once your fans start turning against you, it puts you as a player in an awkward place. Like you are even scared to call for the ball to make decisions. Like it puts you in an awkward place, and we're not gonna with mistakes still. So I think what we should do, I think we should try encourage and motivate our players, because of what if on the third chance, what if that third chance is going to get, it will be an assist. So I think we should do better, man. We should do better.
Yeah, man. There's absolutely no way we will never not criticize the player, but let's be constructive in our criticism. Let's not kill their confidence, man. At the end of the day, if they don't perform, they don't win trophies. They don't win trophies. We don't get to celebrate. So yeah, guys, you will definitely see me next week, Thursday or Wednesday, for the preview. Yeah, the second leg. I'm not sure about Rabs if he will be back, but yeah, maybe he might just surprise us and join us. Yeah, cheers. Sharp Masanda Wana. Show him,
Feri.